So what are the functions and operations of this Riverbend Data Solutions?
To define what we do, I have a quote that I always follow. So we are hungry for ideas and we always feed in developing a problem. So we don't work like a traditional company, have a bunch of services, but we always develop verticals which are solving something in real time. So at this point in time, we currently have about 3 verticals in Riverbend Data Solutions, and these 3 verticals are 3 different industries that we are working in. And the first thing is our main vision of the company, which is healthcare. So we are working on developing a product called iClinic. So to give you a little context of what iClinic does is, to start off with, to give you a pointer, we have evolved from genetic-based disorders to lifestyle-based illnesses. So previously, we used to tell my grandfather had a cardiac arrest, my dad also died out of a cardiac arrest, so I might also develop some heart problem. But that's not how it happens today. Today, you eat a lot of pizzas, burgers, outside food, you'll develop cholesterol and something might happen to you. So we are driven by lifestyle-based illnesses, not genetic-based disorders. So, but today when you walk into a hospital, a doctor might ask you like, what's up with you? Why did you, come? And you dictate a problem and you verbally say that, this is something that's going wrong with me. These are the symptoms that I'm observing. And the clinical process that happens traditionally is that doctors run experiments. That's how every medical fraternity works. So they kind of prescribe a chemical composition, a certain type of medicine or a certain type of diagnosed procedure, and they ask you to come back. Use this for 14 days and come back to me. So why do they ask you to come back? Because they themselves, they're pretty not sure if that medicine is going to suit you to solve that problem. So what they do is, it's called A/B testing. So they give you a certain type of medicine, they prescribe a certain type of diagnosis, and they'll see if it is working out and how efficient is that medicine, how efficient is that clinical process. So if it is showing good signs, good, continue it for a month. That's how a doctor says. If you say that it didn't do anything to me, then he asks you to come back, he'll develop something new, gives you a different type of medicine. So this is something that we observe because the doctor has less information about you. So today what you tell is the only thing the doctor can imagine would be the case about you. So what we wanted to do was, we were researching the Western style of medicine, the European style of medicine, and how American healthcare system is and how we are at this point in time. So we realized that we need a new normal of diagnosis. So because everything about your health is linked to our lifestyle, until and unless the doctor can see what our lifestyle looks like, it's really hard for a doctor to prescribe, or examine your case. So we started working on a technology called SAM, Simple Automated Medical Device System, where we are building a technology which can capture everything about your health. Right from, what you do, what your profession is, what are your stress levels like, how hard do you party on a weekend, how much do you get drunk. So all of this information is important for the doctor, because we have seen a lot of lifestyle-based and immune-based disorders, and they take a lifetime to come to light. And what happens is, every time when we are talking from the lens of medical science, time is equal to life. Usually in business, time is equal to money. In the medical lens, time is equal to life. So if you're spending more time, you're talking about life and death. So we realized, for a doctor, to help a doctor navigate the diagnosis, to help a doctor in navigating what the patient's case is, we wanted to kind of build a technology which can capture a person's lifestyle and show it to the doctor. And right, so that is how we started working on our technology. And what we have personally done was, we have started interviewing a bunch of biomedical engineering companies, in the industry, in the current market, which are developing vaccines, doing pretty big stuff. So what we have understood from this is that this is very technical, but I love to share this because a lot of people are going to watch this. So this is educational for them too. So what happens in a biomedical engineering company is, they are the ones who are manufacturing our drugs, which is tablets. They are the ones who are manufacturing our medical devices, from a small BP machine to an X-ray. They are the ones who develop something like that. So when we started talking to them, this is what they've expressed. So they said, every drug which comes to us that has been approved by a government, right? For getting an approval, what do? They do something called clinical trials. A bunch of people, they come voluntarily to the company, to a biomedical engineering company. Let's not take names, but to a biomedical engineering company, and they say, we will come into the clinical trial. You can test the drugs on us. You can test the tablets on us. So there are 2 important parameters here. One thing is the population size. You can't test the application on 1 million people, because that's money. It's $1 billion business, because countries like America, they really care for their people. So they give insurances, they give money, they take care of their family. So it's not a simple affair. It's a very costly affair. So the population that comes is also not huge. It's a very less population that comes for a clinical trial. And the second important parameter is time. They're not going to stay forever with the company. They're going to stay for 6 months or 12 months or 1 year, depending on what the drug is and how hard they have to test. So the problem that they have shared was, today a person comes into the clinical trial and he exits and he's living his own life. The medicine doesn't stop reacting in that 6 months, because we as humans, we are forever evolving every day with the pollution that increases, with the environment that changes, with the climatic conditions that change, with the chemicals that are induced in our food. Everything that goes into our body, everything that is around us makes our body evolve. We keep evolving. So the medicines that we take also, they react differently every day. When I mean every day, as we evolve, every chemical composition reacts differently with the body type and the way your mechanism inside your body is working. So biomedical engineering companies say that, we need a technology which can tap into a person's mobile or something. Today when you want to talk about science, when you talk about human organs, phone is also one of the organs that comes into human anatomy today. Biomedical engineering companies, they say that, we need a technology which can sit, in a palm, sit somewhere which is close to a person. It's like an organ to someone, so that it can understand a person's lifestyle. So understanding all of this, you might ask me a question: what are you going to do with observing all of this? At the end of the day, the data that we get from people understanding their lifestyle, we use it to re-engineer medicines. So it's fuel for the pharmaceutical industries. When we get to know that maybe today Dolo 650 works for fever, 10 years, 20 years down the line, we may not say that Dolo 650 is going to work, because the next generation which is coming up, their body types might be completely different. They might be differently immune to certain things. Because if let's say, there are islands which don't have habitation. So even if we carry fever, that's a deadly virus for them, is because their immune system is different. We have adapted to something like fever. So Dolo 650 might work for us, Dolo 650 might not work for them. So the data that comes from the lifestyles of people helps us to evolve medicine. So that's the vertical we are working at, trying to understand people's lifestyle health to help diagnosis better and also medicines better.
For more interesting videos, please like, share and subscribe to Pep Talks.